Trojan Stadium, where the Homer Center Wildcats break the two-game losing streak and defeat the Saltsburg Trojans 43-27. Homer Center improving to 4-3. Saltsburg dropping to 2-5. Let's recap the game for you. Saltsburg won the toss, started at their own 40-yard line. 9 plays and 60 yards later, they were in the end zone. They actually faced a 3rd down and 6 from the Homer Center 9 when they got the game's opening score. Cindric sidecar to the right. Slapinski in motion, and they fake it to him, and rolling to his left is Gibbons, throwing end zone. Absolutely wide open is Alex Lassick for a touchdown. And the Saltsburg Trojans draw first blood as the fire truck blows the siren in the end zone. 6-0 Trojans with 8:26 left in the first quarter. Elwood's kick was wide right, so Homer Center trailed, but they bounced right back, started at their own 48-yard line, drove 52 yards on 6 plays after a 43-yard pass play from Ben Schmidt, who had a big night, to Travis Mock to the Saltsburg 5. On a 3rd and goal, Trevor Malacker scored from a yard out. Schmidt's extra point made it 7-6 halfway through the first quarter. But on the quarter's final play, Saltsburg starting a drive at their own 5-yard line. They moved very quickly down the field, but after a holding penalty, they had a 1st and 20 at their own 45-yard line when quarterback Josh Gibbons, who like Schmidt had a big night, went to work. Yep, it's a read option, and Gibbons going to keep it. Gibbons through a second opening with a nice jump cut at the 40, to the 30, comes near side to the 20. He's going to take it the distance. Josh Gibbons, the quarterback, as time runs out in the first quarter, gives Saltsburg the lead, 12-7 on a 55-yard touchdown run. Gibbons' 4th rushing touchdown of the season. Halfback option pass on the 2-point conversion from Cindric to Stoller made it 14-7 heading to the second quarter when Homer Center responded quickly, driving 59 yards on 4 plays. It was Ben Schmidt going up top and finding his favorite target. Schmidt back to pass, throws over the middle, has Doherty at the 30, straight down the center of the field. Can they catch him? He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Kobe Doherty from 45 yards out. And Kobe has his 5th touchdown reception of the season. And the Wildcats are within a point, 14-13 with 10:10 to play in the first half. Stayed that way because Schmidt's extra point was wide right. Saltsburg, again, with the ball at their own 40. After a 1-yard loss, they faced a 2nd down and 11, and back they came. And now Slapinski in motion. They fake it to him. And Gibbons looking, firing downfield, and has Cindric at the 40, the 30, left sideline 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown Saltsburg Trojans. It goes 59 yards, make it 61 yards, and they extend their lead to 20-13. A Steeler game is breaking out here in Saltsburg.
Wow.
Yeah, not a lot of defense being played. Ryan Elwood's extra point kick made it 21-13 Saltsburg. But the Wildcats, as we had 4 scores on 4 possessions, started a drive at their own 35-yard line, got a 48-yard pass to Jake Ciani to Saltsburg's 15-yard line, and then Logan Williams, who had a big night, went to work. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 15, sidecar right Williams, toss right to Williams. It looks like he has green grass in front of him. To the 10, to the 5, and he steps out of bounds. No, they're going to say he cut the right pylon for a touchdown. And the Wildcats bounce right back. This thing is crazy. A 65-yard touchdown drive. Williams caps it off with his 7th of the season from 15 yards out. And it is 21-19. The Wildcats almost assuredly will go for 2. They did, and they failed on Garrett Mock's 2-point conversion run. Wildcats did grab the lead back, though, in the second quarter. 57-yard gadget play as Schmidt on a reverse gave it to Doherty, who threw downfield to Ciani to the Saltsburg 10-yard line. And then Wildcats were faced with a 3rd down and goal from the Trojan 10-yard line. Sidecars left and right. Garrett Mock in the backfield. 3rd and goal from the 10. Schmidt takes the direct snap, throws over the middle. Touchdown to Jake Ciani in the center of the end zone. Ciani hauls it in for his 2nd touchdown reception in as many weeks. And the Wildcats do have their first lead of the game. It's 25-21. 27-21 after Schmidt's extra point pass to Travis Mock for the 2-point conversion. That's where we were at the half. In the second half, it didn't take long for Homer Center to extend their lead. As a matter of fact, it came on their very first snap. Ben Schmidt under center, single setbacks Williams. Takes the handoff, comes near side, has running room, gets a block from Zeiler. He's up the left sideline to the 40 to midfield. Logan cuts it back at the 40, and they're not going to catch him. He's heading far sideline. Gibbons giving chase. You can see him later. He takes it into the night here at Saltsburg, 75 yards on the opening play of the third quarter, and the Wildcats now lead 33-21. Williams takes it to the house from 75 yards out. Justin Walbeck's two-point conversion made it 35-21. Wildcats got the ball back. You think things are in pretty good shape. They have a 3rd down and 7 play, and then disaster struck for Homer Center. Schmidt from the shotgun, looks out in the flat, flares it, and it's intercepted. And running is Gino Bartolini at the 40, to the 30, to the 20 down the right sideline. Pick 6 for Gino Bartolini, and the Trojans are right back in it with 3:44 remaining in the third quarter. It's 35-27. Schmidt didn't see Bartolini. Bartolini saw the football, and he takes it to the house. He did. They kicked, and the kick failed, so it was 35-27 at that point. And we'll just tell you that Homer Center finished off the scoring midway through the fourth quarter, 7:11 remaining. Actually, Schmidt on a 1-yard touchdown run, and Homer Center wins it 43-27, a game that had a lot of offense. As a matter of fact, 454 yards for Homer Center, and Saltsburg with 348. Schmidt with a big night passing the football, 263 yards and a couple of touchdowns, not far behind Josh Gibbons with 228. Cindric sidecar to the right. Slapinski in motion, and they fake it to him, and rolling to his left is Gibbons, throwing end zone. Absolutely wide open is Alex Lassick for a touchdown. And the Saltsburg Trojans draw first blood as the fire truck blows the siren in the end zone. 6-0 Trojans with 8:26 left in the first quarter. Turns and hands it off to Malacker. Touchdown, Trevor Malacker. Off of the left side, and the Wildcats knot things up. They answer on a 52-yard touchdown drive. We're tied at 6 with 5:50 to play in the first quarter. Yep, it's a read option, and Gibbons going to keep it. Gibbons through an opening, through his second opening with a nice jump cut at the 40 to the 30. Comes near side to the 20. He's going to take it the distance. Josh Gibbons, the quarterback, as time runs out in the first quarter, gives Saltsburg the lead, 12-7 on a 55-yard touchdown run. Gibbons' 4th rushing touchdown of the season. Schmidt back to pass, throws over the middle, has Doherty at the 30, straight down the center of the field. Can they catch him? He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Kobe Doherty from 45 yards out. And Kobe has his 5th touchdown reception of the season, and the Wildcats are within a point, 14-13 with 10:10 to play in the first half. And now Slapinski in motion. They fake it to him. And Gibbons looking, firing downfield, and has Cindric at the 40, the 30, left sideline 20, to the 10, 5, touchdown Saltsburg Trojans. It goes 59 yards, make it 61 yards, and they extend their lead to 20-13. A Steeler game is breaking out here in Saltsburg.
Wow.
1st and 10 from the Trojan 15. Sidecar right Williams. Toss right to Williams. It looks like he has green grass in front of him. To the 10, to the 5, and he steps out of bounds. No, they're going to say he cut the right pylon for a touchdown. And the Wildcats bounce right back. This thing is crazy. A 65-yard touchdown drive. Williams caps it off with his 7th of the season from 15 yards out. And it is 21-19. The Wildcats almost assuredly will go for 2. Sidecars left and right. Garrett Mock in the backfield. 3rd and goal from the 10. Schmidt takes the direct snap. Throws over the middle. Touchdown to Jake Ciani in the center of the end zone. Ciani hauls it in for his 2nd touchdown reception in as many weeks. And the Wildcats do have their first lead of the game. It's 25-21. Ben Schmidt under center, single setbacks Williams. Takes the handoff, comes near side, has running room, gets a block from Zeiler. He's up the left sideline to the 40 to midfield. Logan cuts it back at the 40, and they're not going to catch him. He's heading far sideline. Gibbons giving chase. You can see him later. He takes it into the night here at Saltsburg, 75 yards on the opening play of the third quarter, and the Wildcats now lead 33-21. Williams takes it to the house from 75 yards out. Schmidt from the shotgun, looks out the flat, flares it, and it's intercepted. And running is Gino Bartolini at the 40, to the 30, to the 20 down the right sideline. Pick 6 for Gino Bartolini, and the Trojans are right back in it with 3:44 remaining in the third quarter. It's 35-27. Schmidt didn't see Bartolini. Bartolini saw the football, and he takes it to the house.
Talking to head coach Mike Leisure here at Saltsburg, a tough 43-27 loss to Homer Center, Mike, but my goodness, what a game, and your guys really played their hearts out.
Yeah, it was a back and forth game in the first half. We made some play. We were able to make some plays in the first half, but Homer did a tremendous job with their play action passes tonight. They hit a few big games big plays in the passing game, and early on, and that was the difference. And then in the second half, they ran the ball on us. So they're a great team. They're well coached, and we'll improve and we'll get better. We got some big games left coming up, and kids are excited.
Well, they ought to be, and they played well. Gibbons is just such a great athlete, a great quarterback, and he just made so many wonderful plays here tonight. He's got to be exhausted along with Dylan, his receiver out there.
Yeah, I mean, these kids, they don't get breaks, and they know that coming in. We had 5 or 6 kids touch the ball tonight on offense. So it was a pretty good effort from everybody offensively. We were able to move the ball on them, and we had some big plays, but it came down to defensively. We had trouble getting stops, and that the big play was we're in a one possession game here. We're down around the 25, and the QB sneak, and we come up about a half inch short, on that fourth down, QB sneak. But that's the way it goes in football, and I'm proud of the kids' effort. They fought. We told them they're a second half team, and they came out and they played hard. Gino Bartolini had the nice pick to get us back into the game, get some momentum for us, and you got to give Homer City the credit. They're a well coached team. The kids are tough. They play hard. They do it the right way over there.
Well, you guys have to be in great shape. I thought for sure there were a couple of times in that late third and early fourth quarter, I said they're just going to be running out of gas, but lo and behold, they keep fighting back, and you got to be proud of that. I told the guys up in the booth, I said, that's a pretty nice football team you got.
Yeah, I mean, we are in good shape. We realized we had to do that a little more this year with our numbers being a little lower this year. So the kids they've taken that with stride. They've conditioned hard, they've worked hard. And they're going to play 48 minutes. That's just the way it is. We're going to play 14, 15 kids this year, and that's just what we're dealing with. But I tell people this: you can have 25 kids, 27 kids, but if you're only going to ride 15, 16, I'd rather have that group there. All these kids are great kids. They're they're battlers. They're great kids. Their attitudes are good. So I'll take this group any day of the week.
Yeah, I'm sure you would, and I made that comment. I saw no quit in them. I actually saw them, a lot of frustration when things weren't going their way, and they battled through that. That's a mark of a well-coached team as well. Credit goes to you and your staff.
Yeah, well, I give the credit to the kids, but our coaches do a good job of keeping the kids up. The last 3 weeks we've been down in the fourth quarter, and we've battled back. Been on the wrong end twice, but. Last week against United, that was a big comeback for us. Tonight came up a little short, but the kids didn't quit, and that's all you can ask out of your team.
Who do you have next week?
We got West Shamokin next week. So
they're here?
Yep, that's a home game. That will be a tough challenge. West Shamokin's a good team. I haven't heard what they did tonight, but I think they were playing United. So.
Well, I can tell you they lost in double overtime to United, the team that you beat, and the way your guys play, anything's possible. So I'm going to wish you good luck here tonight, and hope to be talking to you down the road.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mike Leisure of the Saltsburg Trojans. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Take care. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you guys for your support of Saltsburg.
And Jim, for Coach's Corner purposes, if you'd record the post-game interview brought to you by Alexander Roloff Services. Head coach Greg Page joining us, and Coach, 43-27 victory. This was one of those wild ones. Sum it up for us.
It always seems like it's wild coming down here, and I give credit to our kids. I told them I was proud of them. I also tried to tell them that Saltsburg was a good football team, and they showed that tonight. But we made enough plays to overtake them, get a little bit of a lead, and then made a nice defensive stand.
And face some adversity in this football game. You fall behind on the game's opening possession, then you bounce back and, grab a 7-6 lead. But they move right down the field, kind of reminiscent of what they did against United in the final seconds last week. They marched it 95 yards on 7 plays. And Gibbons, you talked about him, what a great athlete he is on the pregame show. He takes it 55 yards on a 1st and 20 after a holding penalty and kind of stunned you as the clock hit zeros.
Yeah, he needs to graduate. That's a simple fact.
Only a junior, I hate to tell you.
I know. Maybe he'll take some credits and go early. But I told you in the pregame, yesterday or today, he's just a good athlete and he makes good decisions. He's fearless. There were times he was running the ball and he's the one getting the forward surge. When we're trying to tackle him. And Cindric's just a warrior. They got other kids and they just, the kid puts the ball up there. We made a nice pick on the one by Walbeck, but then we couldn't punch that in. But other than that, he kept the fear in us, I'll tell you that.
27-21 lead at the half. What'd you tell your kids?
Well, we felt like we could continue to do the things offensively we were doing. I probably got a little bit more conservative in the second half as far as running the ball because we had gotten some things through the air in the first half. But I wanted to see, well, number one, if they could stop us, and number two, if they could score on us. And we got up. Logan made a nice play on the first touchdown of the second half. And then we held it when we're moving, and I changed my third down call, I think it was. Or maybe it was fourth down.
3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. I changed the call during the timeout. It's a play that's worked well for us, but the Bartolini kid just read it nice.
Yeah, pick 6, and next thing you know, you have a football game again, and you're also down inside the 1-yard line, and a fumble, late call. From up here, in fairness to the referees, we can't see for sure. We do know by the replay. Our studio engineer, Jim DeCesar, kind of matched things up and said there was definitely a whistle, and but we didn't have video to go along with it. So who knows? Yeah. But you had to overcome that as well.
It seems like this happens a couple times a year, not just this season, where we get down and we'll have a fumble at the goal line. It's really frustrating. And Logan told me, he goes, I thought my knee was down, but I was still trying to stretch the ball out, and he thought that it either crossed the plane or hit the ground, under his control. Another one of our guys said he thought it was out early. I mean, you have to just go by the ref's call. I know me and Mike Lazier were both competing to see if we could talk the refs into what we both wanted, and he won on that one.
Well, maybe you won on the next one because we thought this one went Homer Center's way on a quarterback keeper by their quarterback Gibbons. We thought he easily had the first down, but maybe his knee was down as well because you can see it in my book. I marked Gibbons for first down, and then I had to scratch it out and put stopped on 4th and 1.
I thought that I didn't even think there was going to be a measurement, and then when Glennie. And then when there was a measurement, I thought, well, I was kind of eyeballing it geometry-wise, and I thought, well, it's not gonna be good. And then when they're looking at it, and I'm waiting for our kids to react, finally one of them did, like pointing our way. And when the ref come up and did this,
yep, no credit card needed.
No credit card needed on that one.
We thought he was to the 18-yard line, to be honest with you, but evidently his knee was down. So you kind of go both ways on back-to-back possessions, but then. You made it count. You rode that momentum of that stop. You start at your own 14-yard line. Big pass from Schmidt to Kobe Doherty. Sets it up, and Schmidt takes it in. We thought that you were kind of following the Steeler rule for a while. We were on you. Ben, quarterback keeper. We thought anybody named Ben can't keep it. But you finally went with it, and Ben took it in.
It wasn't easy. I'm telling you, they don't have many linemen, but the kids they have are tough, and they're walking their linebackers up, which was giving us the off tackle, but, it was also tightening things down, and it's one less guy that we have to block, when they do scrape over the top. So it wasn't easy. I mean, that's for sure. And, but we grew a little bit in the running game tonight, that's good to see.
Yep, so you win it with that touchdown. You put it away 43-27. Logan Williams back on track tonight. That was good to see. 24 rushes, 156 yards. And the big play, as you already talked about, to start the second half, that at least for a while opened things up.
Him and Ben were warriors running the ball. I mean, we had to go with them. We got the fullback involved a little bit more tonight.
Yep.
I thought Garrett Mock had a couple hard runs, and he's still, he's still nursing a couple things, but he's gutty. He wants to be out there, and I want to give him that opportunity as a senior, and he didn't disappoint.
Ben Schmidt.
Bug Zeiler was another one later in the game. We had a couple carries. We're trying to move the sticks and melt the clock, and for all of 155, 160 pounds, he runs hard.
The interception, pick six aside, Schmidt 110 yards rushing. He throws for 263 yards on or 206. That was Kobe with the 57. But Ben, as a sophomore, I mentioned he's already closing in on a record set from 61 to 63 by Steve Wasick, the school's all-time passing leader. I think he's going to get it before he's a senior. If not, you won't have any hair left at all.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
What a night he had.
Yeah, and again, he's a 10th grader, but some of the runs that he had where he's, lower on the shoulder on guys. And we tried to give him a break on defense tonight for a while. Drew Kaufman has come back from an injury, and he's a smart kid, and we gave him some opportunities back there. So it gave Ben a little bit more time to be fresh.
And the defensive front at times, a big sack by Pribish and Tags to kind of seal things off. Coach, next week, the defense will be tested again and stretched. The secondary will be tested by good Blairsville passing attack. So, if anything, back-to-back games against teams that kind of spread you out a little bit. Yeah,
Devin Burkhart's a really fine quarterback. He started last year, and Rick runs a good offense. He really does. And those kids, it's very precise. We're going to have to get some things dialed in. We already talked about that as a staff on the field before we even broke out of the huddle, that we need to get some things shored up. Saltsburg gave us some looks that we weren't used to seeing, and that's what they've done that a lot, and that's to their credit. They came out in that one tight bunch set, and it gave us some fits.
Coach, thanks for climbing the steps here at Saltsburg Trojans Stadium after a hard-fought 43-27 victory that moves you back over 500 and helps you in the District 6 standings, so we can start looking that. It was a much-needed victory, wasn't it?
It was. The whole way through the program, it just really was.
All right, head coach Greg Page after a Homer Center victory, 43-27.